Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I just wanted to hop on here for a few moments today and kind of just talk about what just happened with my wife's car in this past week. My wife has a Ford Escape. I won't get into what year and all that, but the back panels on the doors stuck, and it's happened before on one of the sides. Now it's happened on both at the same time, and it's basically just cheap pins, and they aren't made very good. And long story short is place where I took it is going to be replacing them both tomorrow, and it's got to be done. There's like 7 screws on each side. They're just plastic pins, basically, not made very great, to be honest with you, but it ended up costing a lot of money, over $500, and we're just happy that we had an emergency fund. And a starter emergency fund is what we have personally. It's $1,000. So we had to dig into that, and we had it though, and it will get done, and then we're gonna have to go back and pay it back and get that organized back to $1,000 at least minimum. And I'm hopping on just because it frustrates me, because it's happened multiple times on these doors, and to have to go into your emergency fund with something that should have been fixed the first time and just keeps breaking and all that, that's got to be the most frustrating part. It's really kind of ticked me off all week, but I'm glad that we have the emergency fund, and that's the importance of having some type of emergency fund. You know, I talked about it in my most recent newsletter. You can subscribe down in the comments if you log into mailandfinancialcoaching.com/newsletter. It just goes out a couple times a month, so no spam or anything like that. And basically, I just talked about having an emergency fund and having some type of backup plan. It doesn't need to be right off the gun. It doesn't need to be $1,000 like next week or anything like that. But putting in, if you can put in a couple $100 here and there until it gets to at least $1,000 for stupid things like this, where your doors might stick and the screws might break, or all of a sudden, you know, multiple tires go out, brakes go out, whatever it is, having that cushion so you don't have to load it onto like a credit card that you then will probably only casually pay back the minimum, get interest on. Having that amount set aside is really good if it's possible. Obviously, a lot's going on in the world today. It's not as easy to save just $1,000 and, you know, right away or anything like that. I get that, but I mean, putting something away so you don't have to kind of just dig into places you don't want to be and putting yourself further into debt, basically, is a great feeling. But yeah, I just wanted to hop on and talk about emergency funds. And I know a lot of people say eventually to have 3 to 6 months worth of emergency money in there. That is absolutely great. But obviously there's a lot more building factors that you need to do first before you get to that level. So just something to think about, honestly. Hopefully you guys took this information, this quick little story. I like telling little stories about my family and how we're going through it. There's going to be a lot more of those to come, so keep an eye out on that. And yeah, I'll see you next time on the next video. Thanks a lot. Have a great day.